The Phoenix Suns are finalizing a deal to acquire OKC guard Chris Paul for multiple players and a first-round draft pick. But we want to know, how much of an impact will Chris Paul have on the Suns, and where does OKC go from here? Alright guys, let's eat.
What time is it? Game time! Woo!
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Edwin, aka King Jollof, and we are back again, guys. This time we have some good breaking news for the Thunder, for the Phoenix Suns too. So the Phoenix Suns are trading for Chris Paul and Abdel Nader and the 2022 first-round draft pick, right? For Kelly Oubre, Ty Jerome, Ricky Rubio, so many players in the deal. Ricky Rubio, Jalen LeCae, you know, so that to me says that they're trying to win right now, right? If you don't know by now, this will be a basketball video, so sit back, relax, and let's get straight into it. All right, guys, so Kelly Oubre, Ricky Rubio, Ty Jerome, Jalen LeCae, and a 2022 first-round draft pick for Chris Paul and Abdel Nader. Man, all right, so what kind of ceiling do the Phoenix Suns have? Not too much of a high ceiling in my opinion. I don't know. I think that for Phoenix, it's not your typical destination for free agents. The last time they really had a really good star was probably Steve Nash. And now they got their guy, right? Devin Booker is all that. He is a beast. I'm talking about a guy who I really enjoy watching play. I think that he deserves the type of help that he needs right now. And I've wanted him in Miami for so long. I feel like he would be a great piece for us. But that's besides the point. Devin Booker is that guy. He's that dude. So he has now Chris Paul and he has DeAndre Ayton. That could be a recipe for winning. But let me ask you this. So you have these guys, but where's the rest of the team? The team to me does not jump out like people says it does. So you trade away Kelly Oubre, who was a key contributor last year. You trade away Ricky Rubio, who was assistant left and right. He's gone. And you get Chris Paul, I get it. But the team itself is not really exciting. Like Frank Kaminsky, you know, like Frank Kaminsky, Dario Saric, Cameron Payne. I mean, these guys, are they really who you're putting your hope in for? I don't know. We'll see how things work out. But you're trading for a guy, Chris Paul, who's 35 years old, and he's due to make over about $83 million over the next 2 seasons. So is that really the route that you want to go? I guess so, if you want to win right now, because listen, last season they were mathematically in the hunt for the playoffs, and when they went inside the bubble, they were 9-0, and they just missed it by this much. Imagine you go 9-0 and you don't make the playoffs. That's kind of tough to do. It's sad, but I guess they're going off of that small glimpse of hope, you know, that if we went 9-0, we could definitely find a way to solidify this success that we've had before, and hopefully push on to acquire, you know, Chris Paul and make a move for the playoffs next season. So we'll see how that goes in the future. I don't think that it'll be what they really want, because I think that having your first round draft pick, that's gone already. The only good thing that came out of this situation is that they have their first round draft pick, which is protected in 2022. So what that means is that if they were to do kind of, you know, trash, not really what they were hoping for, and if they were to fall into that range of 1 to 12, which is the range of protection for their first round draft pick, that means that they get to keep that instead of sending it to OKC. However, anything outside of 12, that's gone, you know. But the only good thing about that is the 2021 draft class is expected to be really good. So they get to keep that draft pick, and the 2022 draft pick is not really as important as it is the year before. So that's probably the only thing going for the Phoenix Suns. But right now, I get the move. I get the reason why they're doing this, because Devin Booker has been starving for a while. Like, he's been carrying that team on his back for a while, and they haven't gone anywhere. You know, he has nothing to really show for it. So getting Chris Paul, who can definitely open up the floor for him, make shots easier, make the offense a little bit more easier. Take that load off his shoulders. I mean, this guy's been carrying him for a while now. That's probably the only good thing coming out of this trade right here. As for the OKC Thunder, now the Thunder for me, and also on top of that, before we go to OKC, Chris Paul averaged 17 points last season, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. That's not bad. Pretty good numbers. Like, he's still a top point guard in the league. I'll bet he's still really old. 35 years of age. That's not really what you want to do to build around Devin Booker. But I get the move. You want to win now. You get a guy like Chris Paul who can definitely take the load off his shoulders. So, moving on to OKC. OKC are making some great business moves, guys. Give them props because, I'm not really the biggest OKC fan. I have a couple guys who are OKC fans. Delusional. But, they are making some really good moves. The definition of a young team right now is OKC. OKC, in the next 6 years, have 10 plus first round draft picks. That's all PG. That's all Russell Westbrook. That's all Dennis Schroeder, CP3. I get it. Guys, you're asking Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to carry that team after he just played with Dennis Schroeder and Chris Paul, who were key contributors to last season's success. Seriously, last season they overachieved, right? But the team itself is young, and they still, in my opinion, they can make a shot for the playoffs next season. I mean, let's not get conflicted here. Like, these guys, they have Kelly Oubre coming into the side, even though his contract is expiring, but you never know. They could probably re-sign him. You never know what could happen. Rick Rubio coming into the side, he's not that bad of a point guard. You still have Steven Adams. You have possibly Danny Green coming into the side, a 3-and-D kind of player. So, listen, look out for OKC to make a run at the playoffs again. You never know what could happen. I think that it's definitely possible that they can overachieve and definitely push for like an 8th seed. But, so far so good. They're looking pretty good right now, man. The team is young. And like I said before, the contracts are expiring. So, yeah, Danny Green's contract, if he goes to OKC, his contract is expiring. Kelly Oubre, his contract is expiring. Steven Adams, his contract is expiring. These guys are on big wages too. Steven Adams, $27 million. Danny Green, $15 million. Kelly Oubre, $14 million. So that to me says that, listen, if you don't want to go the route of having these guys for the future, you definitely, they're gone. 1-year rentals, except for Steven Adams, depending on his contract, which is probably expiring too. You get them out and you look towards the future. That to me is perfect. That's perfect for the team itself, and you build around Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who to me is one of the most promising young point guards, exciting point guards that the NBA has to offer right now. In my opinion, he's the business. He's the business, And they're getting depth players, Ty Jerome, Jalen LeCay, who was actually pretty good last year. And they might get a first-round pick, depending on how the Suns do in the next couple of seasons. They might get a first-round pick, so you never know what can happen. Listen, all I gotta say is, OKC won the trade. They won the trade. They won the trade fair out and square. But for the Phoenix Suns, they want to win now. This is what you do, because in a tough Western Conference, you cannot have a team as the Phoenix Suns and expect to compete. You need star power. You need star tandems, right? Devin Booker by himself, obviously he couldn't do it by himself. So you get a guy like Chris Paul who could definitely help him. And I still don't think that they'll make it far, to be honest with you. But it does give him a good chance to succeed in the future because, listen, Chris Paul, Devin Booker is a dog by himself. Chris Paul, you definitely pair him with anybody, I think that you have a winning chance. Chris Paul is like the perfect complementary piece, the perfect number 2, to any team. Despite his age, he's still a great player. So we'll see how that plans out in the future. I think that the Phoenix Suns will definitely compete for a playoff spot next season. Probably, I would say between 8 and 6. They'll probably be in that range if they were to make the playoffs. Same thing for OKC. OKC have a really good squad. They don't have a really good squad is a little too much. But they have a good squad. They have a good squad to make some noise, right? Make some noise and possibly compete for a playoff spot. I think that this year, it'll probably be a little bit tougher because Dennis Schroeder, Chris Paul, these are guys that you really rely on in crunch time situations. and now it's probably going to be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander who's going to be relied upon to take those big shots and make those big moments happen for OKC, which he could do, but I don't really see him doing that on a consistent basis unless he proves me wrong, obviously. But they do have a good squad to compete and to make some noise. But let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below, right? How will Chris Paul do for his new team, the Phoenix Suns? Will they make the playoffs next year? Will they not? I think that they will. Probably a low seed, you never know. And on top of that, will OKC continue their overachievement of being a good team? Last year there was 6, and they took the Rockets to a Game 7. That's pretty good. So will they continue that? Well, I think they were 5th or 6th, I believe. So will they continue that continued success of overachieving and proving people wrong? Guys, that's all that we have for this video today. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the video, to the channel. OKC definitely won the trade. They are the winners for today. OKC, I've got to respect it. I got to respect it. They are making some business moves. Listen, 10 plus draft picks in the next 6 years, that's a lot. The team will be young as hell. They will have a young core, and if they scout properly, if they do the business and do the due diligence in the draft, this will be an exciting team in the next couple of seasons. Look out for OKC in the next couple of seasons. But anyways, guys, always remember, as I grow, we grow together. Stay tuned for the next video.